All right, Donald Trump was in court yesterday attending his closing arguments in the New York civil fraud trial. I know we talk about this and we have to remind everyone which case is which because they're coming after him from all orbits. So this one was the one in New York. And it was interesting. Before he arrived in the courtroom, he spoke to the press, calling the trial, of course, a witch hunt, which it is. I want to play some of that. Watch.
Witch hunt. It's election interference at the highest level. It's a disgrace. It's in coordination with the White House and Joe Biden because he can't win a campaign fairly. And we're going through it, but it is indeed a terrible witch hunt. We're going to have a news conference a little bit later on. As you know, I want to speak. I want to make the summation. At this moment, the judge is not letting me make the summation because I'll bring up things that he doesn't want to hear. And it's a very unfair trial. Nobody's seen anything like this. I don't think they've ever seen anything like this. We have a situation where a statute was used that doesn't give me a jury, so I have no jury. I really have no rights, and it's and nobody thinks it's constitutional. People, legal scholars are writing about it like it's something they've never seen before. So it's interference. It's political interference, and it's something that shouldn't be allowed.
Where's the lie? Where is the lie? Could you think of a more blatant example of election interference than the 91 indictments that President Trump currently faces? I mean, Jason laughs. You really have to laugh. Like, it's just so, like, out of this world, blatantly obvious that it's just like, this whole system is a joke. It's just a total joke.
And we've been indoctrinated now because, I did smirk at it because it just seems so ridiculous.
Right.
We've been indoctrinated now to something that happens in Venezuela or North Korea or China, Soviet Union, something like that.
Yeah.
Like, we're just indoctrinated to it now. So that's just kind of our new norm. That's how things are going to operate. It doesn't, I don't even think the left thinks that they're going to be successful on the vast majority of these cases. Like, this one just seems ridiculous. Like, what they did to the Mar-a-Lago estate and the valuation of it was just stupid. But I don't think they believe it. For them, it's the process, right? It's the process of going through it. And for, the appearance of, the former president of the United States going through this process, having to get a legal team, pay his legal team, have this going on for who knows how long in multiple different states. I'm not showing up to protest.
Right.
I'm not saying anything in dissent ever again because it happened to him. That could easily happen to me, and I don't have his resources. Mm-hmm. That's what this is all about. It's happening to Donald Trump, but it's not a Donald Trump issue.
Which is what he said at the beginning of this, which is they're not coming after me, they're coming after you. I'm just the one standing in the way. 100% true.
It's death by 1,000 cuts, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I mean, I think that it happened with January 6th. That was one big milestone where they were saying, you know what? We're going to come after you and we're going to hold you without trial. You're not going to have to speak to, you're not going to be able to speak to anyone. And then we're going to throw these massive sentences.
Unless your name is Ray.
Yeah.
Unless you work for the FBI. No, I'm not going to say. No, but it's clear. I've said it all along because, when you come, like I come from the UK and I come over and I saw the way that America was operating. And it was never like this. Like this has just been such an acceleration of the infringement of people's rights. It is mind-boggling. And like you say, it's all about actually stopping you from talking out and stopping you from speaking out and me. Because we're like, well, what chances have we got? Mm-hmm. And then what you see as well is you don't see other people in the GOP going to defend him.
Yeah.
They're like, because maybe I don't like him or he's a political rival. I'm done. There used to be a day when Republicans would go and defend the rights of Democrats, even if they didn't agree with them, that they should have due process and that this is outrageous. The left wants to win at all costs. I don't know how many times we've got to tell you, it doesn't matter. They want to win at all costs. They have infiltrated schools. They've infiltrated the media. They've infiltrated the courts, right? They've got it all. This election, and I remember watching when I first started getting political and watching things, and you'd see people say, this is the most important election of a lifetime. I'm like, this is the most important election of a lifetime.
Did you guys watch Trump's interview on Fox?
The town hall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that one part Brett Baer asked him about people are worried that he's going to be so concerned with retribution?
Yeah.
And he actually had I don't know, what do you guys think? I think I liked his response and almost didn't like his response, but he said we're going to be too busy with concerning about retribution.
Right.
Is that how we got into this fiasco now, because we're not willing to actually do what they did to us? Or is that a dangerous precedent?
I don't think it's a dangerous
question.
Well, I think it's irrelevant whether it's a dangerous precedent because they've already said it. The other side, the left has already said it. So, like, if you're in a game, you're playing, your opponent has decided that they are not going to play by any rules, and you do, are you ever going to win that game? Ever? Absolutely not.
So I agree with you.
Yeah.
But if the next president, let's just say it's Donald Trump.
I know. So where does that go? I know.
Where does it end?
I know.
I don't know.
But I think that there's a difference in personal retribution versus like retribution for the entire country. And maybe that's where the disconnect, I don't know. But I agree with you. It is a dangerous precedent. But what else do you do? Right now.
Well,
It's tough.
I think
Last
for the longest time, conservatives have thought that because they've had the right ideas that they should win through.
Yep.
It's a ridiculous notion.
Yep.
It doesn't happen. You've got people that and you see people say, well, I don't want to be like that. All they do every second of the day is think about their agenda. Mm-hmm. They go to sleep, they wake up, that's all they think about. And we're going off doing other things and, living our lives and trying to raise our kids. But the truth of the matter is we have to get engaged and we have to be as aggressive back to them as they are within the law, because it's ridiculous, but they're using the law. And I just want to say one thing about Trump. How tough is he? No. I mean, how really you can hate Trump, you can say all these different, but he is 77 years old. The dude gets up and he's like that. Boom! I'm going to go and take it on. There's not many people that will be able to do that at any age. Yeah. So credit where credit's due.
I agree.
If you like that clip, there is plenty more where that came from. Click the link in the description below to subscribe to the News and Why It Matters YouTube channel to watch the full episode.